Hello, Jeff Brozovich with LongRangeOnly.com with another reloading tip. I get asked a lot, what dies do you use and why do you use what you use? Well, my preference to reloading dies is the Redding Competition die set. They cost a little more, but let's talk about why. When you open your die set, you're going to find three dies inside. The neck die, which is just doing the neck of the case, has a changeable bushing. You can select the size to adjust your neck tension. And also, it has a micrometer adjustment on top, so you can control how far down the neck it sizes. And this die also has a retractable sleeve. And what this retractable sleeve is all about is, on the dies that have it here, it captures the entire brass in the sleeve, centers it up, and then the sleeve and the brass go up inside the die to do the work. So that keeps everything in a true axis with the ram of your press. It keeps everything straight and true and doesn't imply any run out and things like that. So we have the neck die, the body die. The body die simply sizes the shoulder down all the way to the belt. Everything on the side of the case to make the case fit. The cedar die, another micrometer adjustment on top of it. It too has the retractable sleeve, and this, you can adjust this in thousandths of how far you're seating your bullet, so it's highly adjustable. So let's take these over to the bench and go over the setup on these dies. So here we are at the reloading press. I use a Redding T7 press. I like the way the head will swivel from point to point without removing my dies each time, but I'm going to go over how I set these dies up, okay? So we'll start with our neck die. First we got to choose a bushing. We disassemble our neck die, pull the sleeve out, and the bushing drops right in the top there. I know from previous measuring that I'm going to use a bushing that's 2/1000 underneath my loaded round neck size. So I got my bushing picked down here. It's a 331. I drop it right in there and put my die back together. Having that done, I got my shell holder in here. I'm going to put my die in and start threading it down. Run my shell holder up every once in a while here. What I want to do is I want to set this up for a slight cam over. And the reason we use a slight cam over on our neck, because there's a minimal amount of work being done. So there's not going to be a lot of tension to change that clearance between the shell holder and the die. So we don't need a whole bunch of cam over here like we would on a body die. So I run it up. I'm just starting to touch my die there. I'm going to run it around a little more. And don't get confused with the sleeve and the die. You want to push the sleeve up inside and go right to the body of your die. And I'm getting just a little light cam over there. I'm going to leave that in a locked position and bring my lock ring down. That'll mean, by doing this pushes pressure up on the die, squares everything up between the die and the shell holder. I use my wrench and I lock it in place. Okay, that's it. That neck die is all set up. It's ready to size brass. We move to our next position, the body die. This is the die that's going to size most of the case and all the way down to the belt and also push our shoulder back. Same thing, I run it down till it touches the shell holder. Now on this one, I'm going to set it up for a little bit more cam over. A little firmer. Reason I'm doing that, this is going to have a lot more pressure on it during the sizing process because it's sizing the brass. So it may have a tendency to, use any clearance we'd let it have there. So we're going to set it up a little firmer so we get a solid contact all the time, even during the work being done. Again, I lock it down with the ram up. It's squared to itself. Now we go to the seating die. The seating die, same method. We're going to use another one with a light cam over. Really don't need a whole lot of tension here, but if you do use a cam over method, what that ensures is each time you seat a bullet, the distance between the die and the shell holder is always going to be the same, which means if we didn't have them cammed over and locked up, It could be a deal where if you push your handle down fast or if you push your handle down slow, it may actually seat the bullet a little bit different or a little bit different depth. But this way, by doing 100% contact between the die and the shell holder, I know that I'm not going to do that much work, the same amount of work every time. When that shell holder comes up and hits that die, it can't go any further. So, same deal, leave it locked up, lock my die. Okay, so by doing that, this is the method I usually use to size my brass. I do my neck, and I've got a titanium nitride bushing in there. I don't even have to lube it. I lube my case a little bit. And I've already used my predetermined 10,000 shell holder that'll do my setback for this rifle, as we discussed in the other video. Sized. Now we're ready, prime, charge, and seat the bullet. And that's how I set my dies up, and that's the advantages of the Redding Competition die set. The retractable sleeves are a big thing here when you're talking about reducing run out and keeping a die true and everything square to the axis of the ram. I really like them, they work for me. So that's the process I use, it works for me. I produce consistent ammo, the same every time, with great results. So thank you for watching. Come check us out on Facebook. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Come check us out on longrangeonly.com and join up there where you can learn more about precision hand loading, long range shooting from the beginning aspect to the far advanced.